feel like this indictment is basically the Fulton County District Attorney throwing everything she can up against the wall and hoping that at least some of it will stick?
Well, I think it's the Democrats throwing absolutely everything they can to hope that something will stick. Look, I think the Democrats might have been able to get away with something if they indicted the president with one round of charges over any of the four investigations they've had. But I think at this point, Americans are starting to realize, just the sheer scale of the litigation that's coming down on the former president going into next year's election. I think Americans are seeing this for what it is. The president is now facing 91 charges 18 months before the next presidential election. And so I think this is just a desperate attempt for Democrats to accomplish the top item on their policy agenda for the last 6 years, which is the criminal conviction of Donald Trump.
While your article is specific to the Georgia indictment, of the four indictments against him, which do you see most egregious?
Well, it's a hard question, but I actually think that January 6th one is the most egregious. I mean, what you have is this kind of made-up conspiracy theory that Donald Trump, single-handedly inspired thousands of people to go swarm the Capitol. Of course, Donald Trump, spoke that day and recommended protesters protest peacefully. Said nothing about, engaging in some type of riot. And the riot that did happen happened to be led by some, Minotaur out of Narnia, as opposed to the absolute eruption of political carnage from the year prior that was encouraged by Democrats from Nancy Pelosi to Jerry Nadler. And so, but I think again, 91 charges, that the cascade of litigation that's coming down on this president. This president is going to have to fundraise probably double what he's raised in prior elections just to wade off this enormous scale of litigation.